whole first match there before. So it got actually very close, and then they also managed to hold down STRUT. So let's see what they're bringing in the first attack. And Super Witches again, Eric.
Absolutely, with a golden ticket to the Clash of Clans World Championship on the line. Garesh coming in with the opening Yeti Blimp to start us off here. That's going to form out the funnel on the top side of the Queen there, while taking out some critical defenses on the inside of the base there. Even get those raged up Yeti Mice to bounce out and give the Queen even more support there. She's got the healers that she could deploy on her. She does get those healers delivered, and he'll start to make his approach in through this Eagle Artillery with the Yeti and the King down the line forming the funnel.
Yeah, and it's actually, like the value of the Yeti Blimp was really, really good. He's got great pathing, and he got so many defenses out of the way with just a rage spell. And we know that often players come in with a zap Super Witch attack, and then you already need at least 6 spell capacity. This way you only needed 2. So let's see if you can use the spells in the right way. At the moment, the King's main task is to funnel the troops so they stay inside the base and eventually go into that Town Hall compartment.
Yes, the King has made it all the way in there and is kind of cutting out the pathing and forcing the Super Witches to path a little bit more inward than they otherwise might have. He actually ends up locking onto the Town Hall down, getting some damage on it, freezing that up. Only a Multi-Inferno dealing damage to it, but everybody else is raged up there so they can even make their way through. He's got the big Tesla farm up at the top, and there goes his ward building. Town Hall drops, and the second star is secured.
And he even caught the King in the warden ability. That was huge, because not only did the King take the Town Hall down by himself, but also the Super Witches and his Queen didn't path through the Town Hall poison immediately. Now they did, but they just quickly passed through, and now they're moving on through the outside of the base.
Very true, and the Queen ended up attacking the wall there and going towards the defensive King wall. Everybody else circles around the top of the base here. He's got into the freeze, he's got invisibility, he's got the healers alive, and plenty of troops left. I think he's going to completely overwhelm the backside. The World Champion just needs to take that scatter shot down, and Garesh will open up strong in this second match here against STRUT.
Yes, and even though we see another stacked back and scatter compartment with a lot of traps and Teslas in there, he's able to overpower it. And look at the time, Eric, that is impressive for a Super Witch attack. 2 minutes and 19 seconds. That is very quick. It's like one of the quickest Super Witch attacks I've seen.
Indeed it is. When you have that many spells that you can support into it without using spells on the lightning or going after a long warden walk or something like that, he was able to make his
thing that in this time STRUT have the second attack, so it's completely the opposite way. But Eric, we are seeing a ring base that is also very interesting, and Yo-Yo is coming in with the big push right away. Electro Dragons to take this base on.
Lots of big chains there right away there, as he has a lot of compact buildings. A very, very good base for Electro Dragons with all the chain opportunities here, but they need to stay more central on the base here because he did use a Stone Slammer rather than using a Blimp to go safely in the Town Hall. He's got one sweeper down, but the other one is knocking him back a little bit there. He keeps on freezing it as he makes his approach to the core of the base.
Yes, but this is looking beautiful. I also love that he's got a Super Dragon there in the mix. The Town Hall, okay, just falls to the Super Dragon I just mentioned. And I also have to emphasize these free spells. They were insanely well placed because he got not just the Town Hall frozen, but also the Scatter Shot and the Sweeper. But there's still a lot of base left, Eric. He's got 2 more spells. He's got a Royal Champion in the center of the base, and the Queen, but she is close to dying there.
Yeah, she just lost her Unicorn, which is going to leave her a lot more vulnerable. She goes down to the Archon, the World Champion, trying to sweep out the last of the E-Drags. They're about to go down to the air defense, and the World Champion's have to finish it off on her own. She's got to get the scatter shot down. I don't think she has enough, and that's going to leave percentage up on the backside. It's stopped. Yo-Yo misses from STRUT, 82%, and his streak ends here.
That is incredible. First fail for Yo-Yo. I think we saw a couple of videos where they should say who they think is the best player. Maybe they said it was the best Lalo player. I'm not quite sure. And now I'm thinking, have you seen this base before?
I don't know, but
maybe Hugo attacked this with Queen Charge Hybrid. I mean, usually, you know, I'm not the one with the best base memory, but this 6 o'clock modded Archer Tower reminded me of it. Yeah, and I think that's exactly the base that Hugo hit with the Queen Charge from 6 into the Town Hall, and then a hybrid from the 3 o'clock side. But now we have to see, because Godfather Neru is attacking it with a Hydra attack, and first the Town Hall is performed.
Yes, he has the blimp to go in, protected by the Warrior ability to go take Town Hall down with the Rage. He's not just a normal Hydra, he's got Inferno Dragons in the mix as well with those Dragons and Dragon Riders, but he'll engage the defensive C. He's got the Skeleton spell down to distract the defensive World Champion and that single Inferno, but there's still a lot of incoming damage in that area there, and they are trying to power through the defensive World Champion. The Dragons step up, they do lock onto her. That'll assist a lot. Up at the top of the base there, he needs to support the World Champion, and here she comes from the left side, and she needs to survive through that area and get past that defensive king.
You're absolutely right. It is a big air mix of most of the dragon types that we see, that we have, just missing Super Dragons and Electro Dragons. But yeah, the Inferno Dragons, I think they did quite a good job, and especially looking at this lonely Warden at the bottom side of the base, actually clearing so many, not just the defenses, but also now the trash buildings on the outside. And with his Royal Champion, this can still be close. I don't know. I'm not sure, Eric. What do you say? Help me out here.
He's got that RC ability to pop it right now. He's able to get one defense down directly with it, but the World Champion will quickly step into those and get the last strike there. The King is going to take out the Arch Tower on the far right side of the base there, and all defenses are down. And Godfather Neru from Marcos Gaming puts a second triple on the board, and they will maintain their advantage in this war and put a lot of pressure on the next attack for Strut, because if they miss that and fall 2 stars behind, that would be absolutely devastating.
Yes, and there we can see him. We also saw his reaction, the thumbs up during the attack when he realized that this will be a triple, and also showing his phone. Finals started, and also his last attack under so much pressure, and it ended up being a huge overkill and a very, very quick Queen Charge Lalo. So I really hope for him that he can keep the streak. But this looks like a bait, but he's quickly on his feet. He reacts quickly because he's scared of dropping the healers into the air defense range.
Yes, he got the... he put the freeze down onto the Tesla so we could get through that, but the Queen had to delay her healers there, so a Rage onto her, and her Unicorn was able to give her the healing that she needed, and now he can deploy his healers and get them down with some safety. But that multi-Inferno up ahead here is going to be a potential problem. Looks like he funneled to drive her off to the right, so after he deals with the CC, just keep an eye on that Inferno range, because if that causes any problems with the Queen's healers, then that could be a major headache to deal with.
Yes, and right now I'm thinking, have we also seen this?
Yeah, I believe we have.
I think we've also seen a charge from 6 and then making its way into the Town Hall.
I think they're switching around the traps, though. They're taking similar bases, or even the same bases, and switching around the traps to try to keep them guessing. And as the more you play through that, the traps are different. If you go through a couple attacks, that can be very psychologically demanding on these teams. But it looks like he's able to dive his Queen in, gets her to take the turn. She goes in the multi. She can get the scatter shot, the other scatter shot, and the Town Hall out of the compartment, and she's right on path to do so.
Yeah, and there are so many open walls. She can basically get everything from there. And it's looking great so far. King and RC have gotten a lot of value now. He even freezes for the Royal Champion, but the Queen at this moment cannot take out the Town Hall. Even uses an invisibility spell on the Royal Champion, and his execution is again on point as we see the Lalo coming in from the top side, and this is looking great.
Absolutely. Just need to get the defensive Queen down on the far left side of the base there. The Queen continues her charge. She engages the defensive Queen. She will get her out inside of that Rage and go back to the scatter shot. Ability still intact. He's absolutely crushed it. So many balloons alive, so much time on the board, and that's what he needed to get his team back in this war.
Yes, and even 1,000 red mines couldn't stop this attack with 1 minute still on the clock, and his Queen going strong, even uses the ability early here just to speed it up a little bit more, because as we said before, we never know, it can come down to time. Now just needs to wait for this Archer Tower to fall down so he can drop a Loon on the Dark Barracks at the bottom side as he just did, because that will also decrease the time, increase the speed of his attack. Insane attack. I have to give it to him. Musk OP this tournament, really. No doubt.
Yes,
no
definitely.
He's handling it so well. I can't believe it.
He did, and he walked right into a you're ready to walk into a trap, because if they're changing things up a little bit there and trying to catch you off guard, I mean, it can send a lot of players for a loop here. But we have 11 from Marcos Gaming up next here, and he's going to try to maintain his team lead. A Super Bowler attack moving out of the skies and down to the ground here. as he also has a Flame Flinger. Now, where would you put the Flame Flinger on this base?
I'm not sure, Eric, but I have to point out that he brought 7 healers. So he's doing a Warden walk up top, so I think he's going to do maybe a Queen walk.
Yes.
On the other side of the base, because the Flame Flinger right now is coming in at the top side, and he also brought a couple of Barbarians, so maybe their job will be to tank for this mortar, but at the moment actually the Warden is tanking very well for the Flame Flinger, so we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, very nice with the Warden walk, leading the Warden with the Wraith there, so he dropped it when the Warden's healers were not inside of the Rage, but then they stepped up immediately into it. He's got the mortars down. Now that Flame Flinger is perfectly safe up in that area of the base there. The Super Bowlers will hold the Warden over, and he's got the healers that are deployed. There's healers all over the place here. He's not deployed the healers onto the Queen. Did they transfer, or did you deploy them directly on them?
I was going to ask you the same question, because I was looking at this Warden the whole time, but I'm pretty sure he deployed them on the Queen, and then they switched, because you usually don't need 7 healers inside the base. It's cheaper to just bring coconut balloons, but we'll have to wait and see, because you know that healers sometimes they really have their own mind on in which troops they choose to heal. So at the moment he actually has a healed Ice Golem going on at the top side.
Yeah, somehow
and the Queen also has the Unicorn. I mean, she's full life there at the moment, still going strong, so this can go anywhere.
Indeed, he's going to get that Flame Flinger to take that Eagle Artillery down up there, or hopefully it does, before those Archers and that Lava Hound are able to take it out, because that's going to cost him a bit there. But it looks like it's got a couple of Super Bowlers in the middle there. Lots of healers are all in a pile there, and none of them are going with the Queen, who is separated from the pack. He puts in the Royal Champion. She'll start to push her way through, and Yetis end up coming out of that Flame Flinger, and I think he might get the tanking delivered into the backside here to have a chance to still pull this through.
Yeah, I can't believe it, to be honest. Like, it looked like, oh, this is falling short, everything died in the center, but really the center was where all the important buildings were. He got all the Infernos down, he got the Town Hall down, and now it's he's got a Queen and the RC, both still going strong with ability. He's got the invisibility spell, and now we just have to wait. Oh, no, that's a triple.
It absolutely is. The Queen will move through the defenses. They're now weakened up there by that Royal Champion ability. He's got that minion chipping away at the cannon up at the top of the base there. He'll go ahead and make his Warden and Royal Champion invisible to power through those defenses, and that will make up the time that he needs to make sure that he goes all the way to the end on this one. The bowlers, the one bowler is still alive in the middle of the base there with all of those healers, whatever is left of them, and it's more than enough to get the triple here for Marcos Gaming. That was a mess, but it still worked. It felt chaotic like crazy.
Look at his reaction there. He was just, I don't know, but it worked. I mean, it was a good base identification, I think. He knew exactly that he didn't need that much to get through the core of the base, and he knew that he's still
going to try to stay pace with Marcos Gaming. Astis coming in with an Inferno Dragon attack here. I think he's got a Bat Spell and a couple of balloons coming in at the top of the base there. The balloons will get the air defense down with the help of the bats there. No other defenses that can really affect those bats, so the balloons are going pretty far into the base there and going to get some pretty solid value. And then that balloon will snipe that Town Hall off. Does it get a CC pull as well? I think it might get at least a partial pull CC out of the Sticky Goblins that are inside there.
Eric, I'm actually a little scared, because there were 0 traps, and it feels like to me Marcos Gaming expected this entry. They expected at least a blimp, and then we're saying, okay, I mean, we have like all the traps you could put there, like Seeking Air Mines, red air bombs, and also the Tornado trap. And maybe they just put everything against an attack of this type. I mean, it doesn't have to be Inferno Baby Dragons. You would send a Hydra or just Dragons the exact same way. And look at us using the Warden ability early, as you usually do, but there is still so much space to get through. So I'm excited to see the traps now in the core of the base. And there we have it.
Oh, okay. He's got a couple of red bombs going off as he takes some Eagle Artillery strikes there, but he's at least keeping the defensive Queen under control there. He's got Inferno Dragons locked onto her while she's stuck in the middle of a skeleton spell there. He's trying to get through these Expos up top, and the Warden statue, if he can get the damage thinned out enough on the backside, he can move his heroes through. Where our champion starts in the bottom, the Queen still has her ability. Unicorn intact as well. I think if he gets this ground Expo down, I think he can wrap through and close this attack out.
Ooh, but he
leaves it.
Doesn't. But he's got 3 freeze spells. That's a lot. He can freeze this ground ball together with the multi-inferno. Let's see what's still left there. I mean, this 6 o'clock compartment was already heavily trapped, but he's not really using the spells. Come on, bro.
He needs to get something to go get that Expo down. It is just hammering away at his row champion, and Queen, the king, is gone. But whether this Queen is going to go to the Expo or not is questionable right now, as she's veering away from it. I don't think he's going to pull through on this one.
I don't think either, unfortunately. I feel like he maybe sent his royal champion too early there. Could have waited a bit longer.
Wait, look at what's left here. He's still got, oh, he lost his unicorn. Oh, what happened to the unicorn? When did the unicorn go down? It was right there fighting by that multi-inferno. Queen still has her ability. There's a low chance that she goes in after that multi, though, and she's just going to wrap around it and get wrecked. Oh, no.
There are 2 archer towers left, and we can see Ast sitting there, and he's not happy with how that went, of course, and very understandably so. I don't really know if it were the traps in this base. It seemed to me like actually the Inferno Baby Dragons got enough in the center of the base. It's just that the heroes walking around the outside were also very well trapped.
See Grim come in for Marcos Gaming, and what do we got here? A Lalo? Well, we got Dragon Riders and Lalo mixed together with some lightning.
Exactly, it's a Zap, Hero Dive, Dragon Rider, Lalo. It's easy as that. No, this is
and he's got Sneaky Goblins too, so let's not skip that.
Goblins too, yeah, exactly. So yeah, this is like a very interesting attack, but I love it because it's a bit creative, you know. It's a little out of the usual that we see. But I don't know at this moment if he is going to try to get the Town Hall with the Sneakies. Doesn't look like it. Maybe he's got them as backup. Eric, okay. At the first moment, I thought he doesn't have too much Lalo there, and maybe, just maybe, they thought, what if I don't get the Town Hall? I just send in a couple Sneaky Goblins, because we have seen Queens diving into Town Halls being protected very well sometimes. So maybe he brought that as a backup, because, and I was going to mention that before, STRUT Esports has actually got pretty low 2-stars, and it's not just unusual that they fail, and players like us and Yo-Yo, they don't usually fail, and if they do, it's mostly like a time fail, like a high 90% 2-star attack, but those were both in the 80s. So in total, Marcos Gaming is like, what, 32% in the lead. So I think he brought them as a backup, but maybe also cleanup.
All right, well, he was able to push all the way up to the top of the base there and make it through the Inferno compartment up there and that Eagle Artillery with his heroes. Dragon Riders are trying to collapse into the multi-Inferno with the assistance of that Stone Slammer, and now we can go in with the Warden and the Lalo in from the right side, making the closest approach towards the defensive Queen, so we can protect the Headhunters on the way to go take her out without having to go through the defensive King, who can work as a blockade for those Headhunters and protect that Queen on the approach.
Yes, and I've talked a lot before about early Warden abilities in a Lalo, and that usually I don't like it. But in this case it's different, because he just basically has to take out one single compartment with his Lalo, because he used the Dragon Riders for the it is crushed indeed for the Eagle compartment, and in this case it is absolutely even the best choice to send the Warden in there. And look at this overkill. I mean, he basically can use the Sneaky Goblins just to accelerate the speed of this attack. But Marcos Gaming, like, it's an insane comeback at the moment, and now they just need a 1-star.
That is wild. He just needs like a relatively decent percentage at 1-star at this point too, because they have absolutely brought it for war number 2. 12 stars on the board after 4 attacks. They are flawless so far, and they have. And it looks like he's got himself a Queen charge into Dragon Riders here, bringing out that Flame Flinger. And here we go with an early wall break. The wall breaker didn't really make it very far. What was the point of that? Try to maybe Drillor Teslas?
No. I think it was really just to open this wall a little bit further, so the Queen would step in, because you see now, because the wall is open, there's no chance of her walking to the outside to this Archer Tower that he's now taking out with the baby dragon. So yeah, let's see what Tryhard can do. Even, yeah, I mean, he knows everything he can do now is to dribble it out, and it could also be very important for the morale, for the momentum going into the last war. But yeah, what can I say? I mean, it's probably just because I said that Marcos Gaming will win the whole thing that it's only like this.
So you jinxed them. That's what it is.
I reversed jinxed.
Well, we'll
Marcos.
see. We'll see. Well, his Flamethrower is getting some really good value over on the right side. His Queen is able to power through all the traps that were stacked in that compartment there, able to power through that Tesla farm. Her pathing has been very clean into the base right there. And here we go with the Dragon Runners. In from the very bottom of the base, he's kind of risking a lot here and saving the Town Hall as the last compartment to deal with.
Yeah, and also coming in pretty early there with the Hydra, but look at this wall breaker targeting exactly the right wall. Now, how is he going to do? Okay, he's not poisoning the super minions, and usually...
Ooh! Oh, giant bombs too!
It's got close! Oh, wow.
Okay, she's alive.
Yeah, but we talked about this before. Actually, I talked with the players about how to approach these types of Clan Castle troops the best, and we were mostly unanimous in using a poison spell on the super minions and a free spell on the rocket boots. But the thing is, you have to be very, very quick for that. So a lot of players actually use the free spell on the super minions and the poison on the super loons, on the rocket loons. We've seen that before from Betzinga, but yeah, okay, anyways. Let's just see how this attack will finish up, because he barely just get the Town Hall, and because of that, it is looking good.
Yes, he takes the Town Hall down. The World Champion trying to get the last strike onto that air defense, but the Dragon Rider will step in and take it. Balloon on the outside with a couple of minions, picks off that last Arch Tower, and Strut does get up to 10 stars with this one here, but still 2 stars behind. They're going to need a massive defense right here if they can somehow shut down Mark. Oh, he's got, okay, I think he's plenty of time to get back over there. But if they can somehow stop the last attacker from Marco's Gaming here and hold him to a 1-star, which is Serial Killer, so that is a big ask right there to be able to stop this player to that extreme.
Yeah, and to be exact, Marco's Gaming only need a 69% 1-star now to make it to the 3rd match, to the decider match.
Yes.
When the team that gets the victory will win the and we are seeing a super bowler smash, which usually comes in from the opposite side of the Town Hall. Okay. He's coming in with the blimp. All right, so he's going to smash next to the Town Hall into the 12 o'clock scatter shot, I guess. Maybe even doing a long warden walk here to secure the funnel, and then just send the blimp probably through the warden ability to the Town Hall. And we don't see a sweeper pointing towards the Town Hall. He's got a rage, he's got freezes, so he should be able to secure it. And I think that's what his teammates are telling him, because we have had attacks that that had just to be a 2-star, just talking about Boom here, and got pretty close in between. But they're definitely going to say to him, just make it a safe 2-star, please.
Oh, not only is this a safe 2-star, but in general, this is a very, very strong approach that a lot of players really like to use here against these anti-3-star bases. If the Town Hall is kind of exposed, you do the Warden Walk to clear out the area next to it. The Queen, actually, he's doing a little bit of a Queen Walk. We don't see a lot of the European and North American teams break out these Queen Walks outside, but they immediately have the healers abandon the Queen and go to the bowlers. So once again, heavy on the healers here into that area base there. There's the blimp, secure that Town Hall, and nothing will stop this from going to the 2-star, and that means, Maxi, we're going to war number 3.
Yes, indeed we are, and this even has a good chance of a triple in my opinion, because he was able to delay the warden ability, seeing that there were no traps in the way of the blimp, and he's thinning out the core of the base. Still has a Royal Champion to deploy, a Queen still going strong on the upper side with ability in the back and also a lot of spells. So let's see where this can go. Like, only thing I'm worried about is this King at the 6 o'clock side. He's got a Headhunter, but the Headhunter will die quickly to the Multi-Inferno. So let's see how far he can get.
As the Royal Champion sweeping through, the Queen is taking a lot of damage right there, so she's going to end up dying to that Expo there, but the Unicorn will try to transfer over. It'll at least give a little bit of cover for it. Wait, he gets to freeze, so that'll give her a little bit of time to work her way forward. He'll pop her ability. She does end up picking up the taking. The Unicorn survives. He freezes it again. Serial Killer's looking good on this one. The bowlers can make their way back into this last quarter of the base there, and they can reach everything in that area. They're toting along that Lava Hound. Nothing will pop down that Lava Hound here as they continue to cross, and he even has the Headhunter and the Poison to deal with the defensive king. Not only do they have the win, but they're potentially going for the perfect war here in this second match.
And that is incredible, given that I think we have not seen a single perfect war in the Indian finals, actually, while we have seen one in the European and one in the North American finals. And there he is, finishing it off, serial killer with the triple, leading to the perfect war, and also, and more importantly, leading to match number 3.
Absolutely wild here as they lock that one in, but there's still one more.
They did. Just 5 3-stars on STRUT, who are also known for their extremely good base builders. Impressive stuff here, but before we finish this war up, let's see what Boom can bring to the table.
Coming in against another anti-2-star base here, and these anti-2-star bases have been able to stop the attackers over at STRUT Esports, who typically perform really, really well against it. They have a lot of Legend League pushers. They're used to fighting the style base. They have a ton of experience in these wars. His queen is going to go north, and there's a big Tesla farm up in the top corner that could potentially cause some problems with the funneling to make their way into the base here.
Already lost the queen ability there.
Oh, he did? You're right.
Yes. It was. I didn't even see it coming, but there was so much damage with this ground bow and the queen raining into her, and then this Tesla farm with the skellies seems to be messing us up his pathing here a little bit. He's trying to react with the queen ability, but is it quick enough? Maybe the queen can still get...
Okay, she's in.
Still be pushed in there. Will she go in?
Yeah, she's in. Log launcher will open the walls a little bit more there, and potentially that log launcher gives the queen access to the town hall and the defensive queen and world champion. Lots of incoming damage up ahead as he makes his way forward, so we need to be very, very careful with this queen because she doesn't have the ability to protect herself here.
Oh, and this is...
Oh, she's gone.
Wow.
Max, what is this base building from Marco's Gaming shutting down the offensive powerhouse that is STRUT Gaming?
Yes, I mean, it was so close. The town hall was damaged so much, and he even tried to react with the spell, with the freeze spell there, because I think he thought that the town hall was about to go down. But I mean, this early loss of the ability, I mean, it has stopped other players from tripling. So he just was a little too early there with his freeze, with his rage spell there, and now even finding the tornado trap across the town hall. Because I actually think, Eric, that this can still come pretty close to a 3-star. But yeah, he's lost too many balloons there. But it was a good recovery here because this town hall was so far in the center, and we know how tough it can be to recover on these anti-2-star bases.
Yes, a very, very unfortunate way for Boom to end this war here. However, if you're going to get your misses out, just get them all done in one war and then get back fired up with this offense and get ready for the next one. Because a lot of players said we could see that upset every once in a while, but the consistency of STRUT Esports, and a lot of players are afraid to fight them in a best-of-3 because they might slip up every once in a while, but their consistency carries them through a lot of these different tournaments.